Since the dawn of time, man has looked to the stars and asked himself, should Space Force exist?
I mean, as long as Steve Carell's in charge of it. Well, I'm Matt.
And I'm Carter.
And welcome to It Is Kind of a Gray Area.
Yep, welcome back, folks, ladies and gentlemen, astronauts of all ages. We're glad to have you here.
Yes, especially you 3-year-olds that are already training. Good for you. You
gotta
can do
start.
it.
You got to start young, you know.
Yep, you little girls that will be ballerinas. I mean, yeah, good luck with that. So today we're going to talk about Space Force. Both of them, actually. There's kind of two right now.
I think the show's probably more popular than the branch of the military is, right?
It's making more people happy.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's for sure.
That's a good way to put it.
But yeah, watching Steve Carell be a 4-star general in charge of Space Force, which I can only assume is like 1 year in our future. It's kind of like where it's set.
Yeah, I kind of get that sense too.
Yeah.
Like it's
like excessively near future.
Yeah, well, I guess because there is that 1 year jump at the start of the show. So I guess...
Oh, yeah.
So it is like a year out.
Oh,
I think John Malkovich is one of the best parts of that show.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about TV. We do that enough. Well, we're probably going to talk about it more anyway.
Yeah,
we're talking about the real deal, boots on the moon, rocket flying Space Force. I ran out of stuff.
Boots on the moon.
Boots on the moon.
Love that. Yeah. So this is a real thing, guys. I'm sure some people think this is just a TV show. This is a real thing that POTUS has set into effect and is officially established as of December 20th
of last year.
So previous, 6 months ago. It's a real thing. They said it's going to take about 18 months to kind of get on his feet,
right?
Which means get enough money to defend our space,
right? Which is not our space.
No,
you can't really lay claim to space.
Yeah, can you shoot a gun in space? I know they reference that in the thing.
I don't know anything about guns, but my understanding of it is that there's the hammer thing hits the bullet thing. God, I sound like an idiot. And it causes combustion that forces it out of the barrel. So you would need oxygen or some sort of gas to combust. So you might have to modify it, but I don't know.
Yeah, space guns. Honestly, I think a crossbow would be the most effective space gun.
Yeah, well, it's a lot easier to kill someone in space than it is on Earth because, like they reference in the show, you just have to get the suit cut open and then they're going to die. Well, here's the other dangerous thing about shooting a gun in space. Is if that thing gets away from you, it's just going to keep going forever. There's nothing to slow it down.
The bullet.
Yeah. So if we're having wars in space, not on other planets, then the surrounding area is just going to be full of bullets flying at high speeds for all of eternity.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how are you going to stop that? You'd have to create some kind of bullet catcher to go out and absorb the impact.
Who would volunteer for that job?
That doesn't sound like a something you would have a long career in.
That sounds like something that they would actually have to fit into their budget for the show of Space Force.
Yeah.
So after a lot of testing up in space, we need $200,000 a day for bullet catchers.
Yeah.
We go through them very quickly.
I just imagine someone's like, oh yeah, my dad was a bullet catcher in Space Force. And you're like, oh, that's cool. How old is he? He was a bullet catcher. Have we officially said what the shade is yet?
Yeah. Right?
I lose track so easily.
Okay, because we just started talking.
Yeah.
The official shade is, should Space Force exist?
Yes.
Should it be a thing? The real thing, not the show. Because the show, absolutely.
It's way funnier than I expected.
Yes.
No offense to anyone who's a part of making it. I just didn't think the concept had enough room for this kind of comedy.
No.
But let's talk about the real thing.
Okay.
Let's talk about the actual boots on the moon.
Okay, I want to point out something that I think is... I mean, some people noticed it. I think it probably got past a lot of people. I'm a Trekkie. Okay. You might see where this is going. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture right here. All right. That is a picture of the actual Space Force emblem.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
POTUS designed or agreed on. And I'm going to go ahead and scoot that to the side and put another one right here. That is the Star Trek logo that they always wear badge. That's Star Trek. So look at Star Trek and look at that.
Yeah. Can you get this off of my face now?
This it is very little difference. It's very. I think POTUS is a Star Trek fan.
It wouldn't surprise me if he just wasn't aware. Like, I could see in, like, a meeting, someone's like, all right, what are we doing for the logo? I was like, what if we use this thing? And it's, like, obviously the Star Trek symbol. And everyone's like, yeah, good, let's go with it.
Yeah, let's just tweak that a little bit. I think it's perfect.
I was using that as an example of a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a great example. We're just going to tweak it.
Right.
Run with it.
Yeah. One thing I did find interesting from the show, which was the only thing where I was like, okay, maybe this is justified, is when the satellite gets dismantled.
Yes.
Like, I never thought about that, but that is a very real threat of, like, another country could disable communications and internet completely by having something up there that can just take apart other people's satellites. So that could be very problematic, even if we're not, like, conquering planets and going to war with aliens and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, defending satellites, that is definitely an important thing, but I'm pretty sure the Air Force was already on that. Yeah, but, I mean, so that could be a legitimate thing. But then, okay, so I'm going to say I'm not in support of Space Force. I'll just go ahead and say that.
Okay.
Not because it's a bad idea, but I think it's just jumping the gun. I don't think we're there yet where we have so many Space Force needs that we have to create a branch to solve it. I think a lot of the stuff they're doing basically can just be split between NASA and the Air Force. I will say the Space Force recruitment ad does make me want to join up immediately.
Really? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but I think it's promising way too much. It makes it seem like we're all going to join, like, the Star Trek Federation, but it's not that. Like, 98% of these people are not going to be in space.
We're just not there yet.
Yeah, I just think it's way too early. I think given another, like, 50 to 100 years, like, maybe we're, like, establishing colonies on the moon and on Mars and whatnot, and we have to defend those assets. In that case, yeah, the Air Force needs to be here to protect Earth, but we need people doing that on those places as well, so let's get some people that are dedicated for that. But we're just not there.
I agree. Unless we have a sign of aggression where, we need that, or there's a clear and present danger, then, we don't really need it yet. I think you're right. I think we're 50 to 100 years.
I'll say one thing, though, that we definitely need to be prepared for and thinking ahead on is who's going to speak for us if we come into contact with aliens.
Yes.
Because a lot of our world leaders not putting the best foot forward if we have them be the ambassadors. And we have ambassadors for other countries, but do we have anything lined up as, like, just in case aliens come here?
Well, we need a planetary ambassador. I would like to nominate someone.
I think I know who you're going to say. I hope I know who you're going to say.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Nope, not what I thought.
Okay, I was going to say, man, if you guessed that, Bill Nye the Science Guy, I think I would vote for him to be a planetary speaker.
I would say Picard.
I take it back.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Jean-Luc Picard.
Yes.
Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
Oh my
Sir
gosh.
Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Who better to represent us than a knight? And who has more experience in space?
Yeah. Fully agree, man.
Yeah.
And then Bill Nye second. If Patrick Stewart just can't fit that into his schedule.
Mm-hmm. I've made my point that I wanted to make. I don't think it should exist yet, so I'm just going to say it shouldn't exist.
I'm gonna say the same thing. It shouldn't exist yet until we have a true purpose for it to exist.
Right. You know that 2024 thing is a real goal, though, for NASA right now?
Oh, yeah.
To
from the
build
show.
like a
Yes.
permanent moon colony?
Moon base.
Yep.
Boots on the Moon 2024. Man, that's cool.
Okay, so let's go ahead and settle this thing.
All right.
Which side do you want to take for the rock, paper, scissors?
I'll take that we should.
Or moon, rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, moon, rock, paper, scissors. I love it. I'll take that we should have Space Force right now. And it's the right thing to do. And, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and I'm going to say we're not there yet. Cool your jets. Literally.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Moon, rock, paper, scissors. Threw me off. I was going to try to work it in, but it didn't work.
Okay.
All right.
Try it again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, there you go.
So, no, it's a bad idea. We're not there yet. Star Trek exists in the future for a reason.
Yep.
Today's Would You Rather is, would you rather be a part of the United States Space Force or the Netflix Space Force? So, be on the show or on the moon. And I'll say if you're in the Space Force, it's not like you're a programmer. You're like a astronaut for them. Like you've got the coolest job there.
Coolest job there, or on the show Space Force.
Yeah, and I'll say you're in all 10 episodes. You're not like you're probably a supporting character. You're definitely not Steve Carell.
Nope.
But you're still featured in all 10 episodes.
All right, so I would be like his assistant.
Yeah, something like that. Like if you were like the 1-star general.
I gotta get to work with Steve Carell. That's really exciting. I hear he's pretty great.
But is it more exciting than going into space? Yes.
Well, I mean, if this is an established thing and we've already been like, 100% safe, we know exactly what we're doing, I feel like I'm not saying they don't, I just feel like...
The technology for getting to space, that already exists. That's been, figured out by NASA, by SpaceX, other companies. So it's not like Space Force themselves are building or inventing rockets.
You know what? I'm not going off of what's more glamorous, which I was kind of going off thinking initially. I personally, Steve Carell. I as much as I want to go to the moon, I want to be in space and have that in my bucket list checked off. It's on my bucket list to go to space.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would want to work with Steve Carell.
I think I'm going to say the same thing. I would. So my thinking is going to space, top priority. That beats out over Steve Carell. But I think towards the end of my life, it'll already be a thing that I can pay for as a civilian.
Yeah.
So I'd rather use this opportunity to be on a show with Steve Carell than, waste that, like give up on that and go to space. And then 50 years from now, I could have done it anyway.
Yeah. And if you choose not to go to space and work with Steve Carell, it's almost both because you get to act like you're in space with Steve Carell.
Well, you'd probably just be there on the ground. I don't know, maybe you're one of the astronauts. Who knows? But okay, there we go. We'll take Steve Carell over space any day.
Yep, and apparently according to the universe, we shouldn't have Space Force for another 50 to 100 years.
Yeah, universe said so. And I mean, the universe kind of is all of time and space, so I think we should take their word for it.
Yeah, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, speaking of people who know what they're talking about, there are a lot of episodes where it's clear we don't. So go check those out and let us know what you think about them.
But before you click over, remember to comment, like, and push that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes.
Yep, and look both ways before crossing the asteroid belt.
Ring the notification bell.
Don't even bother screaming in space.
And bring a life straw with you to space so that you can drink your own urine safely. And as always, IKAGA.
Yeah.
Yay!